It's Patrick Beatty Reviews, the #1 for news. It's Patrick Beatty Reviews, #1 for news. Yeah, tune in, get up. Yeah, what's up?
Keep the change, you filthy animal.
What is up, my gaggle of geeks, and welcome to a very special episode. We're going to be talking about the Oscartrocity, the Oscar apocalypse. I don't really know what it's called. What happened this past week, and I've got a very special guest with us that I met on Twitter. And you know, sometimes Twitter can be a good place where nice people want to talk about movies. It's Cinephile Jen. How is it going?
Hi, it's nice to meet you.
Yeah, officially meeting on this, and yeah, it's such a weird time where that's a thing. And you're over in the UK too. Yeah,
I am. I'm British. Everyone doesn't really know that, but they're all shocked to find out that I'm British.
No one will notice at all. I'm sure there won't be any comments or anything like that.
Of course.
No, that was kind of the fun part of this, because I was like, we need to set this up, and I totally discounted the fact that you were from the UK, and I was like, let's plan this at this time. You're like, that's about midnight where I'm at. I don't know.
It's just crazy the time zones all the time. But
well, you saw the Oscars this week. First, I wanted to ask you, what were you hoping to see going into it? I know we had a lot of expectations, and so did the people making the Oscars, and those weren't met for them either. But what did you think going in?
Oh, going in, I was just expecting the same excitement I felt last year when Parasite won. Because when Parasite won, everyone was so happy. There was that excitement. I was like really happy. And going in this year, I was hoping for that same excitement.
Yeah.
I wondered who the best picture would win. I was rooting for Minari, but like obviously I didn't mind when Nomadland won, because that was one of my favorite movies from last year. And I was confused when they didn't put the best picture category to the last. I was like, okay, so what's going on? Why didn't they do that? So I figured they must have wanted to pay like a tribute to Chadwick Boseman. That was like the only reason I figured. And when the best actor winner was read out, like, I can't be the only one. Twitter went absolutely nuts. It's because
it was insane.
I just didn't understand the process of it. Like, I just didn't understand, like, what was the reason that went into... If that was the case, then they should just have the best picture category save last, because no one's been talking about the Nomadland win. Like, everyone's just, like, stand still on it. Everyone's just been talking about, like, the best actor category situation, and I think maybe that's what the Academy wanted. I don't know. Because,
honestly,
you know...
Anybody that worked there for that time, anybody that was setting up Steven Soderbergh, everybody should have turned to him at that moment and said,
"How do you get a job here, you fuckface?
Yeah, exactly.
Like, how did you get any of this done? Like, what?" The fact that they staged it to work that way. But we will get into that. I guess let's start by going into how we've got this organized, which is that we don't, because I didn't feel that we needed to organize it, because they decided to kind of throw up the categories as well. So let's start with a weird start. I don't know if cinematography's ever started in an Oscars show, but let's first talk about some of these wins. You know, there were some good and some bad in this. There's some memorable stuff, but like you said, everything's overshadowed by this controversy. So let's start with cinematography, though. Who were you looking to win, and what did you think about Mank winning?
Oh, my pick to win cinematography was definitely between Mank and Minari. I'm not a very big fan of Mank. A lot of people know this. Decent movie, but it just didn't really do anything for me.
Yeah,
I'm not going to say Mank was a bad movie. I feel like the black and white aspects sort of boosted the chances of it winning.
Hollywood loves black and white.
Yeah, Hollywood loves that type of... They love the homage to old movies. So, you know, I'm not really surprised that it won cinematography. My pick was Minari or Mank, so you know, I don't really have a lot to say about that. Like, you know,
I think Minari was stunning too, and
really
Nomadland. I was thinking that was my pick when I was writing up my ballot stuff, like who might win this. But Mank, I don't know. David Fincher has so much attention to detail with every frame that he does.
I have to give credit.
I had to give credit for that at least, but you have to agree, it's total Oscar bait. Like,
absolutely, the biggest Oscar bait movie in this year category, whatever you like to call it.
Right. Well, let's move over to sound, and this one, this had to have been like a no-brainer.
literally the most easiest win of the night. Like, if it wasn't Sound of Metal, then what was going on?
Oh man,
Deserved win, absolutely deserved win.
it was so well done. The sound in this film, that ending. Oh my gosh, the sound is pivotal. You don't even get the ending unless you get the sound doing what it's doing.
And Sound of Metal was one of my favorite movies from last year, so I'm really happy that it won sound. I don't see any other movie winning it, to be honest.
Well, I'm proud that Riz Ahmed at least got the nomination for Best Actor. It's the first Muslim to ever get that. But Olivia Cooke was robbed of a nomination.
Definitely. And I forgot her name. Do you know the actress who was supporting Judas and the Black Messiah?
Oh shoot! Yeah, let me look it up.
I forgot her name too, but she deserved the Best Supporting Actress nomination as well.
Oh, that last moment when she's not looking into the bedroom is...
Yeah, amazing performance. I don't know how she got robbed. I really don't know. They missed out on a lot of people. Delroy Lindo, let me not even get into that.
I believe it was Dominic Fishback.
Yeah, that's her name.
Yep. Yeah, that was a rob too. There's so many snubs in this. We can talk about the Five Bloods as well. Jeez, that came out way too early, I suppose. But jeez, go back.
Academy, yeah, they really disrespect Spike Lee a lot when it comes to his films. It's something that I've noticed like over the years.
I saw this tweet that was like, I can't wait for next year when Glenn Close takes on this film. And that's how she gets her Oscar.
You know, I saw this tweet that said that she was going to be starring in this musical from this old film. And I commented, like, she's going to do anything and everything to get that Oscar one way or another.
She will. Yeah. Have you seen, by the way, did you see 4 Good Days yet?
No, I didn't.
Okay, so that one's coming. I think that one's coming out this week. And that one, she might get it.
Oh, really?
We say it all the time, but I really, really hope she does. Like,
you know what? I hope she does as well, so, you know, she can just be at peace and we can just move on because...
Exactly.
At this point...
hide one in the trunk of her car.
Exactly.
Call him from there. All right. So original song. You know, I've not heard of this artist until this year recently. And her is amazing.
Definitely. My pick to win original song was between Speak Now from One Night in Miami and Fight for You. And I'm glad one of the Fight for You won. Her really deserved it. And yeah, she's like on her way to becoming a Grammy winner. And
she's got 2, right?
Yeah.
What was she? She's got Grammy and Oscar. She's go.
Yeah. So she's amazing. I'm glad that she won the Oscar.
Yeah, me too. And for original score, this one I was very excited about because I watched the Colbert Show and I love John Baptiste so much. Yeah, Soul winning original score, I'm very happy with.
Yeah, it was between Soul and Minari for me.
I know, Minari. I listen to that score so much.
It's so beautiful, so beautiful. Do you know when a movie score just hits you in the feels? Like I don't know how to explain it. Yeah. It just connects with the movie so much. That's what like Minari is. Obviously Soul as well. Like my second favorite movie from last year. It's just that score.
I agree with you. I would probably pick Minari if it weren't for Soul. I just love John Baptiste. I think he's just so positive. The minute he walked up on that stage and he was like, "This is 12 notes," and I was like, "Oh my gosh, just tell me everything." I don't care what you're gonna say. If he ended it with like, "So let's go and kill," it's like I'd be like, "Yep, let's go."
Exactly. That was me as well.
Oh man. At editing, Sound of Metal also won. This one I was actually kind of surprised with. Were you?
Before I get onto that, do you know what really shocked me when they were announcing the nominations for this, and they were like, "Nomadland editing Chloe Zhao." I was like, "What? Chloe edited Nomadland herself?"
Wow, she edited it.
Yeah, and I was really I did not know that. I tweeted that on Twitter. I was like, Chloe edited Nomadland herself, and everyone was like, "Yeah, like, wow, that is like a filmmaker right there. That is a filmmaker right there."
Kevin Feige is the luckiest big producer on the planet, and not just for all for Chloe Zhao right now specifically. He's very lucky.
She's amazing. Like everything she does is amazing. Like I'm such a big fan of hers. Like, wow, when I heard she But yeah, let's get back to the winning.
No, it's okay because I had to check for myself. Yeah, editing by Chloe, that's insane.
Yeah. It's amazing.
Wow.
Like you don't see like the directors editing the movies themselves. It's very rare.
No, yeah, she seems like a mythical creature at this point. She's transcending to me to be like, I don't know if I could be near her ever.
For editing,
Speaking of which,
yes,
Best Director. We could bring up Best Director now. With her winning,
the right person won.
I agree. I went Lee Isaac Chung with me just because me being from Utah, he graduated from the University of Utah. I had to give a little bit for that, and just because Minari was my favorite film of the entire year.
Same as mine.
I was like, it's got to go to him.
Same as mine.
But Chloe Zhao, really, I'll give an admission. When I first watched Nomadland, and don't be mad at me, I couldn't get into it for like the first half hour. I don't know if I was distracted or what, but I had to go back to it and sit again for it. And it was the second time around where it really clicked in. I think Frances McDormand was right when she said see it in a theater. I think the big issue is you need to be completely immersed to get it.
I think it's a beautiful movie overall, but the main parts of the film that really struck with me was the score and the cinematography. Like, it's just beautiful. It's just telling a story that just hooks you and makes you pay attention to the story as well as it's going along. And I think that's one of the things why I love that movie, why Chloe did such a good job, why she deserved that Best Director award, because the direction in the movie was insane. Like, you could tell from every aspect, basically.
So personal.
Yeah.
And real quick, editing, for Sound of Metal. I actually thought The Father was going to happen just because of how it was.
The Father was my pick as well, definitely. Like, it's such a... I don't really know how to describe it, but it felt like such a technical film.
Yes. That like one component would throw off the entire thing. Even though you were thrown off the entire time.
Like...
Very confusing.
Honestly, I was gasping so much during that movie. I was like, what is going on? Like, wait, what?
Yeah.
But yeah, amazing movie.
That's a movie that I loved. I never want to watch it ever again.
I do want to watch it again when it comes to yes. I feel like it is amazing. It's an amazing movie, honestly.
It is. Well, animated feature. This one, I think most of film Twitter wanted Wolfwalkers to win.
I haven't seen Wolfwalkers, so I can't really decide.
I've seen it. I'm glad Soul won. Like, I'm sticking with Soul still.
Yeah,
but everybody was like, Wolfwalkers love. No.
Where did the Wolfwalkers love come from? Like, I didn't see this before when we were all going in. Like,
I don't know. It seems like the week before, some big takes show up that are like, where were you a month ago when we were talking about this movie?
I saw no one talk about this movie until Oscar night, and I was really confused because is everyone suddenly against Pixar? Like, what is going on? Like, we're not gonna act like Soul isn't an amazing movie and deserved, because it did.
Amazing movie that deserved a theater release too. I don't know why they didn't do a theatrical run with Soul.
Neither did I.
They'll do it with. They did it with all the other ones. Just
exactly.
Well, adapted. I put these two together because I don't know, save time, make things easy. I don't know.
I'm just gonna say one of them deserved, one of them did not.
Oh snap! Okay, I'm gonna try to guess which one did or didn't. So this is adapted and original screenplay. I'm going to say that you do not think that The Father deserves screenplay.
No, you're wrong. I think The Father deserves. Listen, I'm not a big fan of Promising Young Women. I know that's gonna have a lot of people go, what? But listen, like, okay, when I first watched this movie the first time, I was like, okay, it's okay. I watched it the second time. I didn't really like. I found a lot of things wrong with it. I didn't really think it deserved to win Best Original Screenplay, if I'm being completely honest.
Man, and you and my co-host Chaz would be best friends.
Really?
Yeah.
I felt like the only reason why the Academy gave it as much attention as it did was because of the message of the movie, if you get what I mean.
Yeah.
Because it has this big message in the movie, and I feel like the Academy nominated it so many times because, you know, of the message. That's all. That's all I have to say about it.
Man.
I mean, if it didn't really have that message, then I don't think it would have gotten as much nominations.
See, I agree that both deserve it, but Promising Young Woman maybe, like, I would concede that it deserves it a little less than The Father, just because, like we said, Father's very like structural and technical, and needs to have a tight screenplay for it to work. But Promising Young Woman, I think I get what you mean, but at the same time, I saw the ending and it just was so so that ending is just perfect.
I don't agree.
No,
I think Emerald Fennell was a really talented director. I feel like some things worked in the movie and some things didn't for me. Not to say the movie was completely bad, it wasn't at all. But I just feel like, I don't know how to explain this, but I just don't feel like, I feel like Minari should have won Best Original Screenplay in my opinion, because that was my pick. I feel like Minari was a more stronger movie than Promising Young Woman. Yeah.
Let's see for Best Actor. All right.
Oh.
Yeah. It doesn't just scare you. It just snuck up on us.
Okay.
Just
okay. This is the category that has everyone.
Yeah, I'm gonna go to my sound effects page for this one. There's a lot we're gonna have to do for this. First of all, let's just start with a nice little curve, because that's how this Yeah, that was absurd. Okay, so here's what happened. Let's break it down for people that didn't watch the Oscars. So basically, they had this at a very low key area. They were at the Union Station. Everybody was sitting, and they were already doing things that were different. Like they weren't cutting to any clips of the films that these nominations were for. It was very abrupt with each announcement and then winner. And then when it comes to like the tribute, felt like somebody had pressed like ×2 on their podcast, and it just breezed straight past so many people, so many stuff that kind of felt rushed and kind of disingenuous in a lot of ways. But this was the one that really took the cake. Traditionally, Best Picture happens at the end of the night. That's the big one where everybody comes together. And even then, there's some snafu. So let's cut back to La La Land and Moonlight. But with this, they decided, because for some reason, they thought that Chadwick Boseman was a shoo-in to win Best Actor for Ma Rainey's Black Bottom. And because of that, they decided to structure their entire show around it being this great moment in the end where, like, I can picture what they're picturing, you know, this beautiful moment where everybody's like, Chadwick Boseman wins. Everybody is very like reverent. They come up, they give this wonderful speech, a tribute, and they close the night on such like a high note, right? But then it is announced, and first of all, the minute Joaquin Phoenix walked in, I was like, uh-oh, right? The minute I knew it was Joaquin Phoenix, like, oh, the guy that hates all of these shows is now doing this. Oh no, what are we gonna do? And then,
to see him.
you could tell he was like, oh no, when he read it. So he reads Anthony Hopkins, The Father, which we both will agree, and everybody has to say this in every tweet when they have to, in one term, slam the Oscar choices, is that Anthony Hopkins did great as The Father, and totally deserving. It's the structure of the show that really pissed everybody off, though.
Definitely. And do you know what it is? A lot of people think that because like when the results were read out, I ranted on Twitter about how chaotic it was. A lot of people think that I didn't like Anthony Hopkins as the winner. That is not entirely true. Anthony Hopkins' performance was my second favorite performance in that category. However, it's just the way it's how things were went about, basically. I wouldn't have minded Anthony Hopkins win if the Academy didn't bait out Chadwick like that. It was obvious they were saving that category for last so that we would all stick around. We would all hope that Chadwick would win and there would be like a huge round of applause, like a standing ovation even. We would all be happy, but that never happened. And I was really pulling for Chadwick to win. I feel like, not to compare his situation to Heath Ledger, but when Heath Ledger died, he won Best Actor in 2009 for The Dark Knight as Joker. And, you know, Chadwick also, and for Heath Ledger, that was also the best performance of his career.
Yeah.
And with Chadwick in Ma Rainey, it was the best performance of his career. So I was hoping he would get the same, like, you know, praise and recognition from the Academy that Heath Ledger got. But, you know, that never happened.
Yeah.
And, you know, I feel like I would have, you know, been more for Anthony's winning if it was a completely different year and Chadwick wasn't in the category. But, like, it still leaves, like, a bitter taste in my mouth because Chadwick really deserves it. And I'm not, like, just saying that because, like, oh, he's dead and it would be, like, a pity award or something. No, that's not true because he's one of my favorite actors, obviously. And I just feel like now he has no chance of winning an Oscar ever again. And yeah, that's just how it is. And I'm really happy for Anthony Hopkins. Like, I saw his video the next day of him, like, paying tribute to Chadwick. And I think that was, like, the beautiful thing to do. Like, he paid a more beautiful tribute to Chadwick than the Academy could ever do.
Oh, yeah.
Like, he's such a nice old man, cute old man. Like, he deserves the world. So, you know, I'm really
let me ask you this. Because the I guess the idea around what people are thinking had happened with this is most people who had voted in these, the people that are allowed to vote for who wins and such, were already assuming that Chadwick Boseman was going to win. And politics played a game in that because they wanted to play the game of, well, if we already know that Chadwick's going to win, I'm going to pick this person. Or for another reason, I'm going to pick this. Instead of just picking your favorite, the decisions start becoming more political based off of, well, if this person's winning Best Director, I want this person to win this. If this person's winning this, do you think that if they changed the I guess, intention of these voting where it's not something to where, like, you have to be political about your choices, you have to pick your favorite ones, that could have changed this?
I feel like the Academy voters, I feel like this year they changed up the Academy voters, didn't they? Yeah, I feel like a lot of people chose who they felt was the best this year, and you know, that's good for them. They felt that, you know, Anthony Hopkins was a better actor than Chadwick Boseman, and you know, I have no you know, I don't know what to say. Like, yeah, it's a good thing, I guess. I don't really know what to say. I saw this tweet on Twitter that said the Academy itself don't really know who wins. So, but despite that, they took a big risk with that. They should have still had Best Picture last, like always. Like, they always have Best Picture last. Like, I don't know why.
They had the lowest ratings ever.
Exactly. It was 9.8 million people watched. That's embarrassing.
We'll see what next year holds, because I don't think it'll be as pretty even.
I hope it's lower, like, if I'm being honest with you.
Like, we're going to hate watch because that's what we do. Because then we can do these videos later. But
absolutely.
But Best Actress, I think this was also one where people were looking for either Carey Mulligan or Viola Davis. Frances McDormand, this is her third win in a row. Third win?
Yeah, a lot of people are gonna hate me for this, but okay, here's the thing. Viola Davis was my pick to win. She's my favorite actress. I think that she 100% deserved it. And not to say that Frances didn't deserve it. I think Frances in Nomadland was amazing. Like, her performance was amazing, and she deserved to be a 3-time Oscar winner. However, the Academy really has this, and I'm sorry if I'm coming off, like, if I'm going to come off as ranting here, but, like, the Academy
That's
really
what I want, rant.
The Academy really has this thing where they give Black people and people of color the best supporting awards. Like, we saw John Boyega and Yoon Woo-jung. They gave them the supporting awards, and it's like they give, like, Black and people of color the supporting awards, and the lead awards are reserved for white people. Like, I've noticed this year on and year on and year on. Like, there's only been one Black actress winner. Come on. Like, this award show has been around for 93 fucking years. Like, how has there only been one Black lead Best Actress winner? It doesn't make sense.
When a pattern tells you everything you need to know.
It doesn't exactly. It doesn't make sense to me. And if any actress deserves that Best Lead Actress award, it's Viola Davis. Anyone can vouch for me. So
she's incredible.
The best actress of our generation. I don't care. But yeah, I was really hoping that she would win, and when she didn't, I was like, what? Like, what does she have to do? Like, this woman has given her all. Like, I'm happy for Frances either way, but like, I was just really hoping it was Viola Davis. Like,
yeah. And I'm going to say something controversial about Frances. I don't think she wants them anymore.
She doesn't.
Like, here's the thing. I watched her get up, and she's like, "Thank you for knowing that I like to work." Come on, like, what? If you guys want better ratings, get someone that's going to give you a better speech. Let's
Frances did not care that she won. She did not care. She's like, another one? Okay, here we go again.
I love Franny D. Don't get me wrong, but yeah, she's like, I'm over this. Can we start doing the right thing?
Exactly. Like, it looks like she wanted someone else to win, to be honest. So I'm happy for Frances, but you know, I would have wanted Viola to win.
Well, speaking of supporting actor, let's cover Daniel Kaluuya, who had one of the best speeches, in my opinion.
Oh my god, hilarious! When he thanked his mom and dad for having sex, I couldn't. Okay.
We're alive. We're standing right here. My mom, my dad, they got together. They had sex. Now I'm here. It's crazy.
Oh, okay.
And their reaction is exactly what a family that has been through this for years would react like.
Okay, before we get on to his actual win, I have a problem with this category because I felt like both Daniel and Lakeith were co-leads for Judas and the Black Messiah. So when the nominations were announced, I just didn't understand how they were both for Best Supporting Actor. Like, I just didn't understand it. But I know they must have put them on because the Best Lead Actor category was full, but like, it just didn't make sense to me that both of them were nominated for Best Supporting Actor, because then who was the lead?
Or at least Lakeith is lead. I would go with Lakeith as lead. Because at least the perspective is coming through him. But Daniel Kaluuya, like, first of all, he deserved it, and I'm 100%. So glad he got it. Holy 100%. Cow. What a transformation.
Was amazing, and the work that he had to do to play Fred Hampton, like, wow.
I saw a video after he won the award of hugging Fred Hampton Jr.
Yeah, that made me cry. It was emotional. It was emotional. Really deserved to win.
Mm-hmm. And him sitting next to Glenn Close as she did the staged hug, which we learned later was staged, and to me that kind of broke me. That's when I was like, "He's nothing real."
We're not going to talk about that.
Okay. That's the one that, like, people are like, I'm not going to believe that one. Let's just move on.
The Academy loves to waste time with things like that. So,
but supporting actress, yes,
Yoon, I love her.
She was incredible, Minari. Her and the little boy's relationship warmed my heart so much. I remember sitting in the theater just with it was so good. I got to see it at Sundance. I was so lucky.
I loved her speech.
Oh yeah.
Did you sorry.
No, go ahead.
I was gonna say one thing I didn't like was how they asked her what Brad Pitt smelled like.
Exactly. That's where I was gonna go.
I just, like, people forget, like, she's had a career that goes over 30 years. Just because she's not a Western movie star doesn't mean that she's new to this business. And I feel like they should have asked her more about her journey from being a movie star in Korea to, like, being in her first Western movie than asking her what Brad
anything other than how did the white man smell.
Honestly.
If I were her, I would have looked at that reporter just
shut your mouth.
I would have just went off on her. She was so good to be. All of them, even Daniel Kaluuya, when he was mistaken for
Leslie.
Oh my god! What the heck?
And this is what I'm talking about with the racism with the Academy. There is such a clear underlying racism rooted in these award shows, especially the Oscars. It's, oh my god. But with Yoo Jin-yoon, they wouldn't ask that type of question to someone like, say, Meryl Streep, for example. Like, they wouldn't ask her, like, what the man she's standing beside smelled like.
There's always this, like, how does it feel to be here kind of idea that's just like, don't do that.
They talk to them like they're children. Like, it's the same thing with Parasite last year. They asked them such stupid questions. Like, these people are professionals. Talk to them like one, please. It's so frustrating. And the Daniel Kaluuya thing really pissed me off as well because they don't even look alike. Him and Leslie Odom Jr. don't even look alike.
He might as well have just been like, "Hey, Will Smith, I got a question for you." No, exactly. What are you doing?
Exactly.
It was absurd, but at least we're ending on Yoo Jin-yoon, who again, incredible. Of course, there were other nominations that had happened, but I don't feel like we really need to cover too much. These were just like the big controversies, the crazies, and we made it through, Jen. That's great.
Oh, it's terrible.
Oh man, well, thank you for joining me and talking to me about this. Do you have any final thoughts about where you think next year's heading, or what do you think needs to change? Like, what can be like the small incremental change that you think could help?
I have so many things. First of all, they really should just save Best Picture for last.
Yeah, just go back to that.
Honestly,
don't mess up.
Try to change anything. And I want to talk about like the diversity as well. I feel like that's something that they were trying to do with this year, and you know they're almost getting there with that diversity. But again, it sometimes comes off as forced. I need them to just because I think this year is the most diverse the Oscars ever been. So I need them to like keep that going, because the Oscars can fall back into that all white category, all white. And next year, the award season is, I feel like, because there's a lot of like movie stars that are going to be coming back, and they're white. So, it's making me nervous because I feel like people of color and black people might not be getting that recognition that they need. So I'm kind of worried about that. And to be honest, I'm really not excited about the Oscars next year after this mess. I feel like Parasite winning is the only Oscar winning moment for me, but that's all I have to say.
Well, I think I'll echo kind of you and also what Daniel Kaluuya said. He's like, this is great. We can do better, and we're going to do a lot better. That's the hope.
We can.
I think this year we've got a lot of movies down the pipeline that could tend to sway. And although we're not super looking forward to how they do the Oscars, I'm looking forward to an Oscars when we see more inclusivity and more, closer representation to what the genuine movie public can see as representation.
And I'm hoping for more women to be nominated. Yeah, more women. Like, please, like, I don't want this year to be like the only year. I'm hoping for more white women, more black women, women of color, more diversity. That's just all I want. The Oscars is for everybody. It's just not for white people. That's been the norm for the past 93 years. It's time for change. You can't keep doing the same thing you did 93 years ago. It's film is for everyone. And there are amazing, talented filmmakers, women, men, people of color, black people that need to be recognized, and the Academy needs to start doing that. So that's all I want.
Well, you can find Jen at Cinephile Jen and everywhere on social media. Jen, thank you again so much for joining.
Thank you for having me. I really enjoyed it.
No, you were great. And of course, you can find us at PatrickBeattyReviews.com, the YouTube channel. Gaggle of Geeks tonight, where we're going to be doing feats of physical challenge. I don't really know what that means, but we're doing that. So stay tuned for all of that. Thank you so much, as always, for watching, and we will see you at the next review.